My name is Tom Everett. I graduated from Cultural Mediations in 2014, and I am the Curator of Communications at the Canada Science and Technology Museum in Ottawa. When I first started the program, my intention was to do a doctoral project on mobile listening practices. And as I got into it, I realized that the main story and what I really wanted to talk about was headphones and headphone listening. So I started doing a little bit of research to try and figure out when headphone listening sort of began. And my entire project ended up being a social and material history of headphone listening going back to the early 20th century. I first became interested in the program because I really wanted to work with Paul Theberge. I'd become aware of Paul's work while doing my master's research, and he was the perfect fit for the research project I wanted to pursue. It's funny that once I got here, that worked really, really well, but there was all these other values of the program that I hadn't really thought about before, and a lot of this came out of its interdisciplinarity. Cultural Mediations wasn't one of these sort of fake interdisciplinary schools. It's right at the core of its being. Interdisciplinarity is one of those terms that you hear a lot about these days, and I think this is one of the few true interdisciplinary programs in the sense that I was always encouraged to move outside of disciplines. I ended up TAing in the music department, teaching in the communications department. I was in a digital humanities lab doing history projects and making locative media games on top of doing my research with Paul. It's something that I wasn't really expecting when I got in, and I was really grateful for by the time I finished. It's funny that I actually ended up getting hired as a curator here at the museum because I actually did a lot of research at the museum when I was a student. That not only contributed to a better thesis, it also contributed to me having a lot of good things to say during an interview. So it was really important that the museum and the university were located in the same city. It just worked out perfectly. And really, I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing today had it not been for the program. I remember first walking through the doors into this seminar room and feeling sort of overwhelmed and very excited to be here. I mean, we did all of our coursework here, but there's other things too. I mean, this is where I defended my dissertation proposal. This is where we would have our wine and cheese parties and our mingling events. My last memory in here was when we were finishing our book project, and our deadline was 9 a.m. Monday morning, and three of us had to stay up all night working just to get it in under the 9 o'clock deadline. So yeah, we've made a lot of memories here. Feels nice to be back.